Have you ever heard a song and instantly been reminded of a specific time in your life? Music has a powerful connection to memory and emotion. For this project, I choose three songs that represent different stages of my life: childhood, middle school, and high school. I'll explain the emotions associated with each song, how those emotions have changed over time, and the brain structures involved in processing those experiences. Music is unique because it can instantly bring back memories and emotions. Certain songs become connected to important moments in our lives. When we hear them again, our brains reactivate those emotions and memories. The three songs I chose represent different periods of my life and show how music has influenced my experiences. My childhood song is Barbie Girl by Aqua. When I was younger, this song, made me feel like, I guess, like joyful and excited. It would always get me like dancing with my little brother, and it was just overall a good experience. The upbeat tempo and playful lyrics, just made it all the more fun to listen to. And I kind of associate it with being like way more like carefree and just enjoying my childhood, and not looking at all the responsibilities that I have. Today the emotion has changed though. Instead of like pure excitement, I mostly feel nostalgic. Hearing the song reminds me of my childhood and the memories connected to that stage of my life. I chose the hippocampus because it plays an important role in forming and retrieving memories. Because like when I hear this song, I'm just taken back to my childhood experiences that made me who I am today. My middle school song is Blueberry Fago by Lil Mosey. During middle school, this song was very popular. It was very popular in things like montages of Fortnite, and you could hear it in the radio almost like every other day. This song was just like very popular among my friends also. I feel like it had, like a confident and very energetic vibe that kind of just matched how I felt during that period of my life. It reminds me of spending time with my friends, whether it's playing like video games or sports, and just becoming all the more independent, in my opinion. The emotion has also changed over time. While the song originally made me feel confident and energized, it now mainly makes me feel nostalgic. Again, it reminds me of specific people that I met and the experiences from middle school, that I had. And I chose the amygdala for this because it's responsible for processing emotions. And since this song is connected to many strong emotional memories that I have, I believe the amygdala plays a major role in my reaction to this beautiful song. My high school song is Myself by Nav. I associate this song with motivation and determination. As I've gotten older and older, I've been like more focused on my goals and my future, rather when I was like in middle school or my childhood. I believe the song's message specifically about like relying on yourself and working towards success just connects with my experiences in high school like altogether. Now, unlike my other songs, the emotion has remained mostly the same, I feel like. I still feel motivated when I hear it because its message continues to apply to my life to this date. I chose the prefrontal cortex because it is involved in planning, decision making, and goal setting. I believe this song makes me think about my future achievements and overall personal growth. Now, to sum it all up, these three songs show how music can connect emotions and memories throughout our lives. Blueberry Fago reminds me of childhood joy, and you know, Barbie Girl kind of reminds me also of childhood joy, but not as much as Blueberry Faygo. And myself continues to motivate me today. You know, and through structures like the hippocampus, amygdala, and prefrontal cortex, our brains connect music, emotion, and memory to create powerful experiences that can last for years. Thank you.